Look at this old black and white photo. A quiet boy standing beside his parents. Nothing special, right? But what if I told you this boy, the one everyone thought was slow, would one day change how we understand time, space, and the entire universe? Yes, that's Albert Einstein. He didn't speak until he was almost 3. His teacher said he was slow, strange, maybe even weak. He was expelled from school, rejected from jobs, ignored by scientists. But this quiet child from Germany would one day change how we see the universe. He never led an army. He never ruled a country. But his ideas shook the world. He showed us that time can stretch, that energy and mass are the same, that imagination is more powerful than knowledge. This isn't just the story of a scientist. It's the journey of a misunderstood child, a refugee from war, and a mind that helped humanity dream beyond the stars. This is the story of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany. His father, Hermann, was an engineer. His mother, Pauline, was a pianist. From the beginning, Albert was different. He didn't speak at 1. He didn't speak at 2. Even at 3, he said nothing. His parents worried. Doctors had no answers. Teachers called him slow. When he finally spoke, he repeated every sentence twice. It wasn't a habit, it was how his mind worked. Slowly. Carefully. Deeply. He didn't play much. He rarely smiled. He often sat alone, lost in thought. While other kids played, Albert watched, quiet, still, curious. Inside that silence, a powerful mind was awakening. A mind that never stopped asking questions. A curiosity the world didn't yet understand. Albert grew up in Munich, in a strict school where students had to obey, not question. But he questioned everything. He refused to memorize things that didn't make sense. He challenged his teachers, and they didn't like it. One teacher told him, "Einstein, you'll never amount to anything." At 15, he left school and moved to Italy with his family. Later, he applied to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. He failed the entrance exam, except for math and science. He tried again and got in. Even in college, he didn't follow rules. He skipped classes, studied alone, and learned from books. He was brilliant but misunderstood. Einstein graduated in 1900. No university hired him. He had challenged too many professors, and no one wanted him. For 2 years, he looked for work and was rejected everywhere. Finally, in 1902, he found a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. It wasn't science. It was quiet, repetitive work, checking inventions on paper. But every night he worked on his own ideas. No lab, no money, no help, just a notebook and a dream. In 1905, at age 26, that dream changed the world. That year, he published 4 scientific papers, each one revolutionary. Today, we call it Annus Mirabilis, the miracle year. Let's explain them simply. The photoelectric effect. Einstein said light isn't just a wave. It's made of tiny energy particles called photons. When light hits metal, it can knock out electrons, but only if the light has enough energy, not just brightness. That idea changed everything. It led to solar panels, lasers, remote controls, even digital cameras. This discovery won him the Nobel Prize in 1921. Brownian motion. Einstein explained why tiny particles in water move randomly. They're hit by invisible atoms in motion. At that time, many scientists didn't even believe atoms were real. Einstein proved they were. Special relativity. He said time and space aren't fixed. They change depending on how fast you move. If you travel near the speed of light, time slows down for you. Sounds like science fiction, but it's real. Your phone's GPS only works because satellites adjust for Einstein's theory. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. It means mass and energy are 2 forms of the same thing. Even a tiny bit of matter can release enormous energy. This idea helped explain how stars shine and how nuclear energy works. 4 papers. 1 year, 1 man. and science would never be the same. In 1915, Einstein went further. He introduced the theory of general relativity, a new way to see gravity. Newton said gravity pulls. Einstein said gravity bends. Imagine a heavy ball on a mattress. It makes a dip. Roll a marble nearby and it curves around the dip. That's how planets move around the sun, not because of a pull, but because space itself is curved. In 1919, scientists confirmed his theory during a solar eclipse. They saw light bend around the sun, just as Einstein predicted. Overnight, he became world famous, a scientist more famous than kings. In 1921, he received the Nobel Prize, not for relativity, but for the photoelectric effect. Relativity was still too hard for many to believe. But Einstein didn't care. "I have no special talent," he said. "I am only passionately curious." After World War I, Germany fell into chaos. Then came 1933, Hitler's rise to power. He blamed Jews for everything, and the country followed. Einstein's books were burned. His house was raided. He was Jewish, a pacifist, and a symbol of freedom. So he fled Germany and never returned. He arrived in America as a refugee, not a hero. In the US, he found peace, but he never stayed silent. He spoke against racism, war, and injustice. He supported civil rights leaders and said, "Racism is America's worst disease." He refused power, fame, or politics. "I speak not as a citizen of one country," he said, "but as a citizen of the world." In 1939, he warned President Roosevelt that Nazi Germany might build a bomb based on his own equation, E equals mc2. That letter helped start the Manhattan Project. But Einstein never worked on the bomb. When Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed, he was heartbroken. "Had I known the Germans would not succeed," he said, "I would never have lifted a finger." It became his greatest regret. He spent the rest of his life in Princeton, searching for one final theory, one law to unite gravity, light, and matter. He called it the unified field theory. He never found it, but he never stopped trying. In 1952, Israel offered him the presidency. He said no. "I prefer equations over politics." On April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein died peacefully in his sleep. He was 76. His ashes were scattered in secret. His mind still inspires the world. He was once called slow, strange, hopeless. But he changed how we see reality itself. He showed us that time can bend, that light can move like matter, that imagination can reach beyond stars. He didn't just teach science, he taught us how to wonder. And that is the true mark of genius. Now that we've reached the end of this incredible story, take a moment to reflect. Let Einstein's life remind you that being different isn't a weakness, it's a gift. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop imagining. Now, let's see how much you remember. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and keep learning English through the most inspiring stories in history.